I might have been a bit strong on the one-speed economy part of that, but what I was sort of trying to get at maybe is by diversifying, can we maybe do better at capturing value maybe downstream from our coal, downstream from our mineral resources? You know, instead of sending iron ore over to China, you know, I don't know if you've probably heard of the Iron Boomerang and things like that, where we're build power plants in northeastern Queensland, build them in the Kimberley, and then build a big railway, and we send iron ore and coal across the same railway, and then maybe we can sell iron ingots instead of iron ore or whatever to China. Is there any merit to the idea of value adding or capturing that extra value instead of sending it offshore?
Terrific merit to that, Stuart. If only you could do it. I've just told you about the factories that are closing down.
Yep.
To do these things, you've got to have workers in the factories.
Right.
They don't, and we saw that when General Motors closed down, and Toyota closed down in Adelaide. You had some of the head fellows for Toyota out here at the time when they were tossing up, do we close or do we keep it open?
Yep.
And I think on the Monday was before. No, I think it was after the AFL Grand Final, and hardly anyone turned up on Monday. So they just, let's close it.
Yep. So
you've got those work practices. Now, I know there's a lot of very hard workers in Australia, but the trouble is that and everyone's entitled to have a safe workplace, get paid well. But the trouble that we've seen, like with the CFMEU, is people get to the stage where they think they're entitled to be paid for not working.
Right.
And that's why we don't have manufacturing here. Now, people can say whatever they like. Well, just go and have a look at the factories. And they wouldn't close down if it was going to be more expensive to do it overseas. Now, I know they say, well, they get cheap labour. Yes, but what you've said with we export iron ore, we export coal to all these countries, then they manufacture it and bring it back here. So all that shipping.
Yep.
So, yes, we should be able to make it work even with higher labour costs. But you were saying we do a power plant in the Kimberleys and one in North Queensland. Well, you try and get a bloody power plant done with the greenies.
Yeah.
They don't want anything to happen.
Right.
Yet, if it's the wind turbines, like up in the Atherton Tablelands, you can put bulldozers through and just knock down a rainforest to do wind turbines. But that's probably another story.
Yep.
So anyway,
a lot of hypocrisy there. So how then? What's the antidote here? Because is it legislation? So do we need gas reservation policies to make building those power plants I'm talking about cheaper? What's the remedy to this? We can see what the roadblocks are. What's the antidote here?
Shit.
We've only got 10 minutes left.
It's like solving the crime problem.
Right.
There's no overnight solution.
Yep.
It's very complex. You've got to have the political will. But when most political parties are only looking to the next election, how do we get re-elected? And then with Labor are supported so much by the Greens, and you see some of the policies that they do at the moment. You think, and I'm thinking federally.
Yep.
That they're really not Labor policies, but in order to get the preference off the Greens, they've got to do that.
Right.
So you have to have the political will to do it.
Yep.
And I was just reading something last night in online Fin Review. Out of all the promises that Prime Minister Albanese made right up to the election, there's very few of them he's got through. Now, a lot of them are sitting in the Senate or something, they're negotiating. So he can try his best, but he's got to get other parties on side. I'm not blaming him for it, but that's, you've got to have the political will from enough people to get it through.
Yep.
Sometimes the opposition, whether it's right or not, they just want to spoil it because they don't want you to get up and have success. So I don't know how we get it. We get it done.
Does that then beg the question? Does our political system need a shake up? Do we need longer terms? Dare I say it? A lot of people would be terrified of that notion of longer political terms due to obviously someone not getting in that they find palatable.